Jonas Ertl doing a little heavy cover fishing, seeing something different right here in fishing their very first college tournament.
I'm a freshman, and yeah, this is the first year I've got on to. I came to Eastern mainly for the fishing team, and I don't know about Jonas. Have you ever done this before?
I'm actually a senior. I didn't get involved until I was a sophomore into the fishing team. It's been a wonderful experience. I mean, we get to go all these different places, fish, you know, different lakes we've never fished before. I can't say enough about it.
The state of Kentucky it's real tough. The only good fishing you really have in Kentucky are great fishing that you could compare to down in Alabama and these southern states would be Kentucky Lake. So I think that helps us out. We come to these tournaments and we catch, I mean, we come and we don't expect to catch many fish, and we can really put our heads down and just fish all day and hard just to get 5 bites. And I think it helps out when you come to places. That canal's sounding pretty good right now.
I think if we're going to flip trees, I think we need to be up here in this little area up here.
What area? You
know, up here around the end of that point. Got a fish?
Yeah. Good one too. You didn't get it. You didn't get it. Fish number 1, caught him on a Strike King black and blue jig hack attack, hanging a chunk off the back, flipping these trees. We'll just have to see how the day goes.
Yeah, Kyle Raymer not scared to go solo. EKU's definitely representing this year.
Kyle Raymer and Jonas Ertl definitely on the right track today. Could put them into contention for that day 1 lead. We'll have to keep our eye on them. Back to the other team. We're watching the University of Alabama team, Wilson and Worsham. Like you said earlier, Mark Zona, they got to quit catching these little spotted bass and get some big largemouth in the boat.
Yeah, we kind of came in with a game plan that if we come in here and able to maybe pull out a good largemouth in the morning, we can go to those channel swings and just catch our limit, maybe upgrade with a few spots, and one good largemouth we could keep in it. But we don't really have anything we can go catch that good limit of spots off of, like what a lot of people are going to be doing.
I'm from North Alabama. It's on the Tennessee River. Well, if I catch a spot, it's bad. I pick up and leave. I'm not used to this spot fishing.
Man, picked it up right again.
Well, tell him to hit mine. I'll catch it.
Been in there twice now. There he is.
Good God. Yeah.
There we go.
I told you if he hit mine, I'd catch him. That ain't the fish you lost this morning.
No. We had a decent fish on the same spot this morning. I just cast in, he swam off with me. Didn't get the hook set, and he popped right in and caught the same fish.
Kyle Worsham and Dalton Wilson of the University of Alabama didn't work out quite as well as they'd hoped. 10.42 puts them down in 17th place. Meanwhile, at the weigh-in, teams lining up at the bump tank. Auburn across the way from Alabama, look out. And can that be LSU Shreveport double dipping here? Our West champs looking good in this East Super Regional. They're in 3rd now. Eastern Kentucky, Raymer and Ertl. 2nd place, strong, 14.91. But no one can top our leaders. Faulkner's Kyle Tyndall, John Nix, Galloway, 15.07. That day 1 lead. Well, coming up, the East Super Regional is far from over. One more day of fishing left to go. Team Faulkner's going to start the day with some major trouble to have to overcome. And you know how it is in these big-time sporting events. There's always some team that's going to start talking some major smack. But to each other, that's when we come back.
I was about to push you on in there with it.
The 2010 College Bass National Championships. You want to make it there, you got to fish one of the Super Regionals. We've already shown you the West one. This is the East Super Regional we're concentrating on right now. From the Alabama River, Montgomery, Alabama, 1 day of fishing is in the books. That's the way it looked after day number 1 of fishing. Faulkner University on top. then Eastern Kentucky University, LSU Shreveport, Alabama, and Auburn. Let's move on out to the water. Let's see how they get it done. Faulkner University of Alabama, Kyle Tyndall, John Nix Galloway, and this is not the way you want to start day number 2.
No, when you're at the top of the leaderboard, the last thing you want is mechanical issues. But you know what? Our team from Faulkner is going to put everything back together, and they're going to race down the Alabama River. Everything is perfect, Tommy Sanders.
Looking good.
Going to put our first keeper in the boat right here, stay atop the leaderboard. Everything's great, right? No, you'd be wrong, Tommy Sanders.
Not so good.
We're going to leave this area, and we're going to run amok on a sandbar in the Alabama River. I hate to say it, I do love to show footage like this just because it's more of an enjoyment thing for you and I.
Well, it's a little train wreck, like you call
Faulkner,
them.
do me a favor. Put the wheels back on, guys.
Yesterday we come in here and it was...
Well, probably 10 keepers by the time we got this far yesterday. I mean, it's stacked up in here ready to spawn. You can see on the bank there's pea gravel. You can't find that many places on the Alabama River. I mean, it is, but finding something with a good depth and that and cover is hard to do. That's a good one. Good job.
Makes you feel a little better. Worth the run, I guess.
All right, Faulkners, I'm going to leave you alone now. That kind of fish will keep you at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, let's head out to Eastern Kentucky University, 14.91 on day number 1. They had themselves a big day. They're trying to keep that momentum going on day number 2.
We had.
No, we hit the mouth of that thing first.
Mouth of what?
Mouth of where the blown out bridge. The only mouths we've talked about all week. Where we got the boat stuck. The mouth.
Oh, you want?
I'm just saying that mouth would be a place where you go out and just go ahead and finish pop 4 real quick, you know. It's a place where they would funnel, but we pulled up there and popped 2 3-pounders in practice, and then we caught a keeper or 2 out of there yesterday. But well, that water's dropping. That's the deepest water there, so I mean, it'd be a place where they would pull out to. Fish. Oh no. You like that?
I was about to push you on in there with it. You haven't got it. How you like that? Fish, fish, fish.
Easy.
In the team dynamic, that's good right there. Each one of the team members puts a keeper in the boat. That makes you feel good for the team, like you're moving down the field, advancing the ball. So good for Eastern Kentucky University.
Stick and ball, moving the chains, bud, no doubt. Faulkner University made the long run early this morning, and it did not pay off. Trying to put the wheels back on. Faulkner University making another long run to hold their lead.
We started off in Wetumpka this morning, made a long run up there, about 30-minute run, and fished eddies and current. And we've been catching them pretty good in practice, and felt real confident about doing. With the waterfall on it, just made sense to try to take that gamble and go up there, but didn't pay off, so we left out from there about 8 o'clock and came down about 30 minutes on the other side to take off, so about an hour run down here. And just got in here where we were fishing the other day, and we're gonna see how it works out in here. We might have to hit a few places down here.
Well, we picked on Faulkner University a little bit, but they have definitely held it together. This keeper right here, last-minute heroics, could keep them on top of the leaderboard.
Faulkner University of Alabama, who made the top 5 challenge for the national championship back in 2008, may have had some vindication right there. Meanwhile, how did our other teams fare today? A good limit of fish for Eastern Kentucky, but not as good for them as day number 1. Here's the locals, Auburn Montgomery. Check out that limit right there. A very good day for them. And Auburn, would they make it to the top of this leaderboard at the Eastern Super Regional? We'll be back to resolve all things and see who takes that momentum into the 2010 College Bass National Championship when we return. Dreamland Barbecue, definitely one of the landmarks of Montgomery, Alabama, especially if you like to eat. There's a lot to see in this historic town, but we're here on business, college bass fishing business, trying to get to the College Bass National Championship. We have completed 2 days of fishing on the Alabama River. Let's run those teams down. That's the team from Alabama, Warren Hoffman and Ben Weldon there. 4th place after the weigh-in was Auburn, Jason Midja and Shane Powell. Auburn Montgomery also showing up well. Jacob Nummy and Larry Haig, very good from this hometown team, 3rd place in this East Regional. Eastern Kentucky, though, very, very strong. Kyle Raymer and Jonas Erdl, a total of 27.25 pounds for 2 days. But there's your champs. University of Georgia, Ben Cleary on the right, John Hickman on the left. How did they do it?
Somehow we found out to slow roll those spinner baits right on the bottom, and man, they loved it. They ate it up. A bunch of boats, like Ben said, a bunch of boats came through there and they were throwing spinner baits, but I guess they just weren't throwing them just right, so we got lucky by figuring that out, you know.
Well, some of the fish were post-spawn, some of the fish were pre-spawn. It was right on the rocks, right on the channel, and we weren't dependent on the water levels. The fish were in them lily pads when the water was up, and then the water come down and it pulled them out to those rocks. So I think that really helped us, because a lot of guys had a big bag yesterday and a small bag today because they were fishing for them bedding fish and they dropped all the water off of them last night. So I think that was really key for us having consistent days.
All right, a home run hit by the University of Georgia at the East Super Regionals. Mark Zona, you've seen the pros on this body of water. How do you stack them up against these college guys?
Hey, University of Georgia basically knocked it out of the park. And if you look at that leaderboard right there, it definitely became tough